The allowable fill area in a metal wireway is primarily governed by the heat dissipation characteristics of the conductors or cables contained within. When multiple conductors are bundled together in a wireway, the heat generated by each conductor can accumulate, leading to a rise in temperature. To prevent overheating and potential damage to the insulation or the wireway itself, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, imposes limitations on the amount of fill allowed in the wireway, as well as derating requirements for the conductors. Derating refers to reducing the allowable ampacity of a conductor based on the conditions of use, such as the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway or wireway, or the ambient temperature. The NEC provides specific guidelines for calculating the allowable fill area and derating factors for individual conductors in metal wireways. These guidelines take into account the size and type of conductors, as well as the dimensions of the wireway. However, when cables such as tray cable or metal clad cable are installed in metal wireways, the situation becomes more complex. Cables have different heat dissipation characteristics than individual conductors. This is because cables typically consist of multiple conductors bundled together within an overall jacket or sheath. The jacket or sheath can act as an insulator, trapping heat within the cable and reducing the rate at which it is dissipated to the surrounding air. As a result, the allowable fill area and derating factors for cables in metal wireways will generally be different than for individual conductors. The NEC does not provide specific guidelines for calculating the allowable fill area and derating factors for all types of cables in metal wireways. This is because there are many different types of cables available, each with its own unique construction and heat dissipation characteristics. Therefore, it is important to consult the NEC and the manufacturer's instructions for the specific requirements for installing cables in metal wireways. Generally, the NEC refers you to the cable manufacturer's specifications. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, Article 376 covers metal wireways. It provides requirements for their installation and use. Section 376.22 addresses the number of conductors permitted in a wireway. However, it mainly focuses on single conductors and does not provide explicit fill calculations for cables like tray cable, which is often referred to as type TC, or metal clad cable, often referred to as type MC. When installing cables in wireways, several factors must be considered to ensure compliance with the NEC and to maintain safety. These factors include, firstly, fill area, secondly, derating, and thirdly, support. Firstly, the fill area must be considered. While the NEC doesn't provide specific fill calculations for cables and wireways, a general guideline is to not exceed 20% fill of the wireway's cross-sectional area. This is to allow for adequate heat dissipation. It is also important to physically inspect to make sure that the cables are not overcrowded. Secondly, derating must be considered. When multiple current-carrying conductors are installed in a wireway, the ampacity of each conductor must be derated according to NEC Table 310.15 current. However, this table applies to individual conductors. For cables, you must refer to the cable manufacturer's specifications for derating information. Some cables are marked with the maximum number of current-carrying conductors allowed in a raceway without derating. For example, if a cable contains more than 3 current-carrying conductors, the ampacity of each conductor may need to be reduced. Thirdly, support must be considered. Wireways must be supported according to NEC Section 376.30. The spacing between supports depends on the size and type of wireway. Cables within the wireway must also be properly supported to prevent strain on the connections. In summary, while the NEC provides some guidance for installing cables in metal wireways, it is important to consult the cable manufacturer's specifications for specific requirements. The manufacturer's specifications will provide information on the allowable fill area, derating factors, and support requirements for the specific type of cable being used. It is also important to follow good engineering practices and to ensure that the installation is safe and in compliance with all applicable codes and standards. To elaborate further, let's delve into the specifics of applying the NEC requirements and manufacturer specifications to ensure a safe and compliant installation of cables in metal wireways. Since the NEC does not provide a definitive fill calculation for cables within wireways, it's crucial to adopt a practical approach that prioritizes safety and adherence to the intent of the code. The 20% fill guideline is a reasonable starting point, but it's essential to consider the physical characteristics of the cables being installed. For instance, if you are using multiple large diameter cables, even if the calculated fill area is below 20%, the wireway could still be overcrowded, hindering heat dissipation and potentially causing damage to the cable insulation. In such cases, it may be necessary to upsize the wireway to provide ample space for the cables. Additionally, the type of cable being installed can influence the fill calculation. For example, tray cable, or Type TC, is designed for use in cable trays and raceways, and it typically has a more robust construction than individual conductors. As a result, it may be able to withstand higher temperatures without degradation. On the other hand, metal clad cable, or Type MC, has a metallic sheath that provides additional protection against physical damage and electromagnetic interference. However, the metallic sheath can also act as a heat sink, potentially increasing the temperature of the conductors within the cable. Therefore, it's important to consider the specific characteristics of the cable when determining the allowable fill area. When it comes to derating, the cable manufacturer specifications are the primary source of information. These specifications will typically provide derating factors for different ambient temperatures and for different numbers of current carrying conductors. For example, a cable may be rated for 90 degrees Celsius under normal conditions, but the ampacity may need to be reduced if the ambient temperature exceeds 30 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if the cable contains more than 3 current carrying conductors, the ampacity of each conductor may need to be reduced to prevent overheating. It's important to note that the derating factors provided by the manufacturer are based on specific test conditions, and they may not be applicable to all installations. Therefore, it's always a good idea to consult with a qualified engineer to determine the appropriate derating factors for your specific application. In addition to fill area and derating, it's also important to consider the support requirements for the wireway and the cables within it. The NEC specifies the maximum spacing between supports for wireways, and it's important to follow these requirements to prevent the wireway from sagging or collapsing under the weight of the cables. Similarly, the cables within the wireway must be properly supported to prevent strain on the connections. This can be achieved by using cable ties, clamps, or other suitable supports. When installing cables in metal wireways, it's also important to follow good engineering practices. This includes properly labeling the cables, ensuring that the connections are tight and secure, and grounding the wireway to prevent electrical shock. It's also important to inspect the installation regularly to ensure that it is in good condition and that there are no signs of damage or overheating. Here are some additional points to consider when installing cables in metal wireways. Firstly, the NEC requires that all electrical work be performed by qualified personnel. This means that you should only hire licensed electricians or other qualified professionals to install cables in metal wireways. Secondly, before starting any electrical work, it's important to energize the circuit and verify that it is dead. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Thirdly, always use the proper tools and equipment for the job. This will help to ensure that the installation is done correctly and safely. Fourthly, follow all applicable codes and standards. This will help to ensure that the installation is in compliance with the law and that it is safe for use. Fifthly, inspect the installation regularly. This will help to identify any potential problems before they become serious. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that the installation of cables in metal wireways is safe, compliant, and reliable. The proper selection and installation of cables within metal wireways involves a multifaceted approach, encompassing a thorough understanding of NEC guidelines, manufacturer specifications, and sound engineering principles. The NEC serves as the foundational document providing essential safety standards and installation requirements. While it may not offer explicit fill calculations for every type of cable, its general principles regarding heat dissipation and conductor ampacity are paramount. The 20% fill guideline, though not a strict mandate, serves as a practical starting point prompting installers to consider the physical constraints and thermal properties of the cables. Manufacturer specifications are crucial in determining the specific ampacity and derating factors for cables. These specifications are based on rigorous testing and provide invaluable insights into the cable's performance under various conditions. Consulting with qualified engineers is a prudent step, particularly for complex installations or when dealing with specialized cable types. Engineers can assess the specific application taking into account factors such as ambient temperature, load characteristics, and cable routing to ensure that the chosen cables are suitable and properly derated. Good engineering practices are essential for ensuring a safe and reliable installation. This includes meticulous cable labeling, secure connections, and proper grounding of the wireway. Regular inspections are also crucial, allowing for the early detection and correction of any potential problems. The installation process must adhere to the NEC requirements for qualified personnel, the energizing circuits, and using appropriate tools and equipment. By adhering to these guidelines, installers can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and standards. Ultimately, a successful cable installation within a metal wireway hinges on a comprehensive understanding of the interplay between NEC guidelines, manufacturer specifications, and sound engineering practices. It's a collaborative effort requiring the expertise of qualified professionals, the meticulous application of technical knowledge, and unwavering commitment to safety. By embracing this holistic approach, installers can create electrical systems that are not only compliant and reliable but also optimized for long-term performance. The NEC, while providing a strong framework, often requires interpretation and adaptation to specific scenarios. When dealing with cables and metal wireways, it's essential to go beyond the general guidelines and delve into the specifics of the installation. The type of cable being used, its construction, and its intended application all play a role in determining the appropriate fill area and derating factors. For example, a cable designed for high-temperature applications may have a higher ampacity rating than a standard cable of the same size. Similarly, a cable with a metallic sheath may require additional derating due to its increased thermal resistance. The NEC also addresses the issue of bundling conductors, which can significantly impact their ampacity. When multiple conductors are bundled together in a wireway, their ability to dissipate heat is reduced, leading to a higher operating temperature. To compensate for this effect, the NEC requires that the ampacity of the conductors be derated. The amount of derating depends on the number of conductors in the bundle and the ambient temperature. In addition to the NEC, other industry standards and guidelines may also be relevant to the installation of cables in metal wireways. For example, the Insulated Cable Engineers Association, or ISA, publishes standards for the construction and performance of cables. These standards can provide valuable information about the ampacity, derating factors, and other characteristics of cables. The National Electrical Manufacturers Association, or NEMA, also publishes standards for metal wireways. These standards cover the design, construction, and testing of wireways. Consulting these standards can help to ensure that the wireway is suitable for the intended application and that it is installed correctly. When installing cables in metal wireways, it's also important to consider the environmental conditions. The ambient temperature, humidity, and exposure to chemicals or other corrosive substances can all affect the performance of the cables and the wireway. In harsh environments, it may be necessary to use specialized cables and wireways that are designed to withstand the specific conditions. For example, cables with a moisture-resistant jacket may be used in damp locations, while wireways with a corrosion-resistant coating may be used in corrosive environments. In summary, the installation of cables in metal wireways is a complex process that requires careful consideration of a variety of factors. The NEC, manufacturer specifications, industry standards, and environmental conditions all play a role in determining the appropriate fill area, derating factors, and installation methods. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that the installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. A meticulous approach to cable management within metal wireways is crucial for ensuring not only code compliance but also the long-term reliability and safety of electrical systems. It necessitates a deep understanding of various factors, ranging from cable types and ampacity to derating factors and environmental conditions. The NEC serves as the bedrock of electrical safety, providing essential guidelines for conductor installations. However, its general provisions often require interpretation and adaptation to specific scenarios, particularly when dealing with cables rather than individual conductors. Manufacturer specifications are indispensable resources, offering detailed information about the electrical and thermal characteristics of cables. These specifications are based on rigorous testing and provide valuable insights into the cable's performance under various conditions. Consulting with qualified electrical engineers is a wise practice, especially for complex installations or when dealing with specialized cable types. Engineers possess the expertise to assess the specific application, taking into account factors such as load characteristics, ambient temperature, and cable routing. They can then determine the appropriate cable types, ampacity ratings, and derating factors to ensure a safe and compliant installation. The installation process must adhere to the NEC requirements for qualified personnel, de-energizing circuits, and using appropriate tools and equipment. It also necessitates meticulous cable labeling, secure connections, and proper grounding of the wireway. Regular inspections are essential for detecting and correcting any potential problems early on. In addition to the NEC, other industry standards and guidelines may also be relevant to the installation of cables in metal wireways. The Insulated Cable Engineers Association, or ISA, publishes standards for the construction and performance of cables, while the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, or NEMA, publishes standards for metal wireways. Consulting these standards can help to ensure that the cables and wireways are suitable for the intended application and that they are installed correctly. The environmental conditions also play a significant role in the performance of cables and wireways. Exposure to high temperatures, humidity, chemicals, or other corrosive substances can degrade the insulation and conductors, leading to premature failure. In harsh environments, it may be necessary to use specialized cables and wireways that are designed to withstand the specific conditions. For example, cables with a moisture-resistant jacket may be used in damp locations, while wireways with a corrosion-resistant coating may be used in corrosive environments. A proactive approach to cable management can yield numerous benefits. It can reduce the risk of electrical hazards, improve the reliability of electrical systems, and extend the lifespan of cables and wireways. It can also simplify troubleshooting and maintenance, making it easier to identify and resolve any problems that may arise. In conclusion, the installation of cables and metal wireways is a multifaceted process that requires a thorough understanding of various factors. By adhering to the NEC, consulting manufacturer specifications, seeking guidance from qualified engineers, and implementing sound engineering practices, installers can ensure that the installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. A proactive approach to cable management is essential for maximizing the performance and lifespan of electrical systems.